Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Business SHET. I am your host, Mimi G, and today's episode is a little different. I guess it's a get to know me. This is episode 1 of season 2, and I'm so excited because we're kicking off the new season with a special guest. My oldest daughter is here. So I have 4 kids in case you guys don't know. My oldest is 25. My youngest is, how old is Bubby? 11?
11.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my oldest daughter, Chastity, you texted me like, what, December maybe?
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, Mom, how about I interview you for your podcast? And I was like, all right. Now she's thinking it was a bad idea.
Once I see the cameras, I'm like, ooh.
But we're good. So I figured we're going to start it off with, I guess she has some questions that she's going to ask me. I don't even know what the questions are. So this is going to be new to me too. And then, the rest of the season is going to have a lot of really great and amazing content. I'm really excited to share it with you. So I thought we would start a little easier today with, well, it might not be easy for me, with some Q&A. So Chastity, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Mom.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm excited for you to answer.
Okay.
I'm more anxious about your answers.
All right, well, good. How many you got? A bunch?
Like 15 or so.
Okay, that's not too bad. All right, well, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Okay. Let's start off with the easy one.
Okay.
Did you always know you were going to be successful?
I'd like to say yeah, but no. I think maybe earlier on when I was like maybe just starting to get into the workforce, I thought I was just going to work. I knew that I was going to do something awesome. I don't know that I thought it was a successful awesome. I just thought, I'm going to do something awesome. But then later on, I kind of got this feeling after I sort of started blogging and sort of getting into my groove that yeah, success was going to come to me. I just didn't know in what way, because success could be different things for different people.
Right. Have you ever wanted to quit?
Hell yeah, I want to quit every day, all the time.
What setbacks have you had in your career? Ones that really kind of shook you, like, oh.
I think, yeah, I mean, I there are times when things get really, really hard and I think about quitting. Mostly it has to do being in front of the camera, having my life be so public to people. Mm-hmm. That will sometimes have me feeling like, oh my God, I don't know that I want to keep doing this. But over the last couple of years, I've gotten over that. But for the most part, anytime that I felt really discouraged about it, it probably had to do with something that happened, through someone who commented or something that happened or my life being public where I was like, oh, shit, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm. What motivates you every day? You wake up, you feel overwhelmed. What motivates you? What keeps you doing it?
You guys.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys, my family, I take care of, Mom, and the kids are still little, Imani and Bubby. And y'all are always in my pocket.
And when you're overwhelmed, what do you do to kind of get back to?
So, well, now I've learned to quiet my mind and meditate, which takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And I know that you do it, so I know you know.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But before, I didn't know. So when I would get overwhelmed, I would feel anxiety. And that was, actually, I'm doing an episode of talking about how to deal with anxiety, because that's what would happen. I would get really anxious and my heart would feel like something was wrong with it and like I couldn't breathe. And then, so that's sort of what led me to, actually, April's the one who told me, your ass needs to meditate.
She was like, girl, time to start meditating.
Listen, find your chi.
So then I guess you kind of answered the next question in a way. Do you think your mindset contributes to your success? Because action is important, but your mind too, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about that a lot in the first season of Business SHET. We're going to talk about it a lot in season 2, because I think that's the biggest roadblock that people have is how they think about everything, and so that was probably my only saving grace, is that I've always had this idea that I could do something from whatever my skill set was. And I had a different perspective on life. And I talk to people, I talk about Steve, and like his influence on me is really what made a huge difference, because he taught me how to live as if I already had whatever it is I wanted.
How do you separate business and personal? Or do you really? Is there a separation? No.
Sometimes it blurs, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I have started to do that. Like, if you know, I don't really post you guys as much on my personal accounts. I've actually had people ask me, like, why don't you post your kids anymore? I'd be like, because some people are creepy. They are. Like, I have accounts that people like start accounts, fake accounts with my name and pictures of the kids, and I'm like, that's weird. And then, when I went through the divorce, I think that's really when I realized how much I did not want to have my personal life be so open. And so I think now I have found a bit more of a balance. I think more before I share something. I'll say that. I think a lot more about it.
Okay, what would retirement look like for you? Because it seems like you're always doing something. I can't imagine you sitting somewhere in like a rocking chair calling it a quits.
So, you know what I see? I see me and Norris somewhere where there's a beach and a big balcony and our sewing machines on the balcony. I'm going to be sewing on the balcony, like. That's my retirement. It's so weird, but that's all I like. Now I want to sew not for work. I just want to just regular sew.
You're like, I'd still be sewing, but regular sewing.
And then drinking. Drinking and sewing. I don't know how well the clothes are going to come out.
Messing up your lines. What is most important to you at this moment in your life? And how has that changed since your 20s? Because I'm in my 20s, so.
Well, in my 20s, I was just trying
How has it changed? Yeah, let's go. How has it changed from your 20s, your 30s?
Well, in my 20s, I think I was just trying to keep you guys alive and fed. And I think I was so worried all the time with just trying to get by. I don't even remember my 20s. I don't. I remember like stressed out and like you guys screaming my name.
We can just fly over the 20s if you want. We don't want you to make you relive anything.
Making top ramen. At 30s, I started sort of getting to like being comfortable with myself, and I was working a really steady job and working with Steve, and I had started back sewing, and you know what I mean? Like I had more of a confidence in what I was doing. When I hit my 40s, or late into my 30s and 40s, I started to I used to fear going into my 40s, and then I thought, man, being 40 is awesome. Like I give no shits. And I think it makes a huge difference sort of in like...
You care less now what people think about you?
Yeah, I care less now. Because I've learned that you're never going to please everybody.
Right.
It's just not possible.
Right.
People are going to like you, and some people are not going to like you, and they're not going to like you for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
You either make them feel inadequate about themselves, or when they look at you, they feel some kind of jealousy or insecurity about their own selves, and they project that onto you, and that used to bother me. When somebody didn't like me, I would be like, but why don't you like me? And now I'm like, all right, fuck it. Don't like me then. I don't know what to tell you.
What is one thing you'd like to change about yourself? Is there one thing you like? She's like, no. Nothing.
Right now, nothing at all. I don't know that I would change anything about myself. I think that all of the things that I have, even flaws or, the not so cool stuff, like the fact that I cuss a lot, or the fact that, I watch a lot of television. Like, certain things I think sort of just make a person whole, and not all of those things are good. So just accept all of it.
Mm-hmm. Would you have done anything differently as a parent?
Yeah. I would have done a lot of things differently. I think I would have stopped and been more present, because I think that I worked a lot, and then when I wasn't working, I was stressed a lot. And I don't think that I took enough time to, I don't know, maybe like be more affectionate and be there with you guys, you know, because I don't know if you know, well, I'm sure you noticed, but I'm super affectionate with Imani and Bubby, right? Now that I'm in my 40s. And I don't know that I was affectionate with you and Lexi. I wasn't, was I? Yeah, I wasn't.
I used to always say my mom doesn't like to hug me.
Yeah, I wasn't and you know what? I go through therapy. Obviously, I've had therapy on and off for years. And that's one of the things that I learned is that my mom was not affectionate with me, right? And so I didn't know how to be affectionate to women.
Right.
Which is weird. And so it made me uncomfortable. You know, when you guys would hug me and kiss me, I didn't know how to, it was like, ugh. So I wish I could change that. I wish I could go back and like kiss y'all to death. You know?
Give more hugs.
I would give you more hugs. I give you plenty now, though.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally. I'm good with it. Okay, let's see. Favorite artist that most people wouldn't think you'd listen to, or would be surprised that you listen to right now.
Oh.
Somebody. Like your followers would be like, Mimi G, listen to. I don't know.
I don't know, because I wouldn't even know their names. I would, because all my ratchet music now comes from your sister. Or a lot of rap, or you know that sort of comes like with Norris. He'll be listening to something, and I'll be like, "Who's that?" And then he'll tell me, because honestly, I don't even know who I'm listening to half the time.
Back to motherhood, because this is a good one. What is something that happened to you during motherhood that you weren't expecting? Do you remember being thrown off? Like, oh, gee.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if there was something that threw me off. I think that I didn't expect to feel so responsible. What I mean is, when I see your sister now, right? She's sort of like our wild child. She'd be out there. She's living her best life. She reminds me a lot of me when I was that age, because I was free. I had no sense of responsibility. You know, I had been a runaway, and then I was homeless, and I lived wherever anybody who gave me a couch, that's where I stayed. And then when I got pregnant with you, like, that almost immediately changed in my body. And I don't think I was ready for that, because after I had you, I was like, oh, wait, now I'm a mom. Like, I have somebody to take care of. And so that was a little bit surprising, because I was so young.
Yeah, it's very good. Okay, who inspires?
Plus, you had the worst of it, too, you know, because you were my first. So I apologize.
We're so good, Mom. Don't even worry about it. How do your kids inspire you? And who inspires you the most? Dish it out. Dish it out. Tell the truth. Oh, I guess we can't. Are they going to be sad? Bubby?
No, they're not going to be sad. No, it's like different.
Yeah.
You know, it's different.
What do you get from each of them?
You know, I think the person that inspires me the most on a daily is probably Imani, because she's in the house with me, right? And she's so different than she was just even 5 years ago. And she has like absolutely no care what people think. She is completely comfortable being herself. She's artistic and funny and sarcastic and witty and all these different things. And so I love to watch her every day. Bubby he's my boy. He's like, oh my gosh. But, you know, he plays video games all day, and he ignores me. And he made me breakfast this morning.
What did he make you? Was it good?
He made me a bowl of cereal with cut up bananas in it and a yogurt.
That's a perfect breakfast, too.
He's
and
like,
healthy.
I made you breakfast, Mom.
Healthy.
So he, you know, that's about as much as I get from Bubs. From Lexi, you know, I get most of my humor from Lexi. She keeps me laughing. She stresses me just as much, but she makes me laugh a lot. But I think all the kids know that you and I probably have a closer relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that you're my firstborn, so obviously we have spent more time together. And I think we're a lot alike now. you know? And so, like, when I hang out with you, it's like hanging out with my friend. And I love that because we could talk about, anything. And I've talked, a little bit here and there about how you've always been super open, with me, even like in your early teens, you would ask me.
You did not even want to know.
You would ask me questions, and I would, on the inside, I would be like, oh my God. But on the outside, I was
you
like,
remembered.
yeah,
Do you know
totally
it? Oh
good.
my gosh, I wish we could.
Yes,
record this.
you asked me one time if you could have sex underwater. I think you were like 13 or something. And I'm like, that's terrible. On the inside, I was like, why is she asking me about sex and underwater? Maybe you had seen a movie or something. I don't know.
I can assure you I didn't have any plans. No water sex appointments to make or anything.
But I explained that, yes, technically you could. But that was surprising. You've asked me a lot of surprising questions.
Does Lexi ask surprising questions?
No, Lexi was never quite as open.
She's a little more secretive.
Yeah, she told all her secrets to you, and then you would tell me some. Just the ones I really needed to know.
Just the really bad ones.
Yes, Mom.
I'm like, okay, some of these I got to keep in a safe for her.
No, but I love that about us because I was just telling somebody the other day how when you were ready to take that step into having sex, that you came and told me, like I said, Chastity, when you're ready, you come, you tell me, and I got you covered.
My clients find that so fascinating. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, yeah, I didn't have to hide it because you came to me and told me, if you're going to do this, tell me and I'll protect you. So it didn't feel like this thing I had to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I waited.
I wanted to make sure because as a teen mom, I love the idea of having your kids wait until they're married and that whole fantasy or idea that every parent has. But I'm also very realistic. And I know that when you get hot in the pants and you're a teenager, that you're going to want to, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want that moment to happen and for you or any of the kids to feel like you had to hide it, you know? I'd rather you come and say, Mom, I think I'm going to do it. Let me make sure I'm good.
And I didn't have to hide it much.
You remember when you did and you came home and told me?
No, I don't remember.
You did. You came home and you went into my room. I was laying on the bed and you were like, Mom, I did it.
I love how you derailed the podcast.
It's an interview. It's my job. It's what I do.
Tell me a secret. Something not a lot of people know.
A secret?
A secret. Think. It could be something stupid like you dug into the ice cream last
I do that
night
a lot.
I don't know.
That is a secret. Okay, so this is kind of a stupid secret because really the only person I'm hurting is myself. But when I'm on keto or when I'm on paleo and Norris leaves the house for something or runs to the store, I take a bite of a cookie or and he's not going to say nothing to me. He never does. But I feel like I'm doing something sneaky. And then I'd be like, you're a dumbass. The only person you're hurting is yourself.
He just walked past you. He's like, yeah, I already saw you eat the cookie.
He's like, it's fine, baby. Eat the damn cookie.
That's hilarious. Are you on any diets
and then
now?
I keep a knife on the side of my bed.
You do?
Yeah. Because it freaks me out. That somebody's going to come into the house, Really? So I figure if I have... Yeah, I don't like guns.
Yeah, no guns. I saw this
I'm
thing.
afraid of guns, so.
I did see something on Instagram that was kind of like a safety lock for your house door. Maybe I'll get you one. It's a pole that kind of pushes up against the handle and leans against the floor.
So what has me paranoid is that in the neighborhood that I live in, we have this thing where all the neighbors are on this app called Nextdoor or something, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you've heard of it.
I have it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I go in there and I start reading things, and then I get all paranoid. I'm like, what? There was a man walking down at 2 a.m.? Oh, my God! Babe! So then, so I get all paranoid, and I don't know what I'll probably be so scared that I'll forget that the stupid knife is there, but it gives me
you grab the knife.
I don't know. And it's a little... It's like a steak knife.
It's like a shank.
It's like a shank. I'm going to shake you.
I mean, you could shank somebody to death if they were trying to break in.
Right?
Seriously. So that's all my questions.
That's it. You
Yeah.
could do more.
I guess I just didn't expect that they would go by so quickly.
No, it was good. I think it was a good set of questions.
It was okay.
I have a
right?
question for you. No, I'm curious. So, because the podcast is obviously Business SHET. Last year, it's been a year now since you opened your salon space, right? That was sort of a big step for you as an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. What made you go from working for somebody else to wanting to work for yourself?
I think for me, it was first the control of the experience for the clients. That was kind of more. So I can go on my own and create something that is me and makes people feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you.
And me?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching you do everything on your own and anything you need to know or you want to know, you figure it out. You search it for yourself, find it. I'm not as savvy, but it still inspires me to do so. And that was a really big, and I knew I won't fail. Like, I have Mom and her support and her smarts, and I will be good.
So has it been a tough year? Like, with the changes and everything?
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting year, but the transition's been nice because everyone followed.
Yeah.
Like, easier than I thought. So it's different.
I think it's good because, well, first of all, most businesses in the first couple of years struggle. Anyway, if you could get past the first couple of years, you're good to go. So I think you did really great, especially for going out on your own that first year. There are going to be moments where it's just,
Everyone's like, you're so brave for doing this. And I didn't feel brave.
It is. It's a very brave thing, though.
I didn't think it felt brave. I thought it just, okay, this is next. Like, let's do it.
I mean, you went from having the security of being in a Beverly Hills salon, right?
Yeah.
With high-level clientele and a busy salon, which technically you weren't responsible for, right? Because it wasn't your salon. So then going out on your own, taking your clients and hoping that they would follow, and then opening your own, space. So that took a lot of balls.
Yeah, I guess it did.
So I'm really proud of you. I think it's awesome. I think we should expand. I'm always looking to expand. So this is what we're going to do next.
I'm like, geez. I mean, I'm definitely going to need soon like a shampooer and like a separate chair. And I can do more clients if I have someone washing.
Got it.
I can cut down the times too.
Right.
And I can take more people through the day if I have someone washing. But
well, now that you've had this sort of year to get into the groove of it and see everything, how it works, now you know what you need to continue.
Yeah. It's the bringing clients in that's always the weird thing for me.
Yeah.
Because, I'm trying to get better about social media.
You hate social media. Listen, let me tell you something. People find that so funny because everybody's like, oh, do your kids love social media? Are your kids on this? Do your kids sell? I'm like, no. And you have this, like, thing about social media. You just don't like it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't, if it was just me on a personal level and I had no business attached to my social media, I probably wouldn't have social media either. I would probably watch people, but I don't know that I would necessarily have a page, right? But it's tied to my business. So I tell her this all the time. You need to get on social media. You need to do it for the salon. It doesn't need to be about you, but it needs to be. Listen to episode, which one is it, you guys? It's like 6 or 7 about social media. Go back, listen to the damn podcast. Listen, guys, I don't have an actionable to do today because this was just a really fun episode and time to spend with my daughter. And for you guys to get a little more info on me, I guess, stay tuned for the next episode because it's going to be really great. And I'm really excited to bring you season 2. So as usual, remember, in order for your business to succeed, it has to be the shit. It has to solve a problem, help people get past their current stage, earn respect, and build trust. I'm out.